Hello, everyone. We're excited that you're here today to celebrate us with this graduation. First, if you would all stand, we have Ajasia Allen going to say the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, if you'd be seated, thank you. Next, our student focus will be Natalie Nohenick.
Welcome to the commencement ceremony for Venture High School. My name is Natalie Nohenick, and I am thrilled that I am graduating from Venture. Every time I have told my teachers from elementary or middle school that I attend Venture, I hear remarks such as, "Oh, awesome," or "Nice, what's your favorite part?" But something they always end up saying is, Venture really is the best kept secret in AISD. And I couldn't agree more. I transferred to Venture High School in January of 2021, and I didn't know what to expect other than the fact that I wanted to power through my classes and graduate a year early. The journey to doing that was incomparable to any other school in AISD. Everything about Venture is wonderful. The faculty, the quality of education, and more importantly, the relationships you form. I was at Martin before I transferred to Venture, and I didn't think anything could top that. I had good teachers, a theater program I adored and that adored me, and a sense of community within that program. But Venture offered something Martin did not: individualized education. The teachers at Venture make a valiant effort to make sure you are getting the help you need. I will wrap up by saying Venture is an amazing place that offers so much more than a traditional campus, and I am so proud and honored to call it my school. Thank you.
All right. Students, we are so blessed to have the support of so many people behind the scenes who make a difference in your educational experience. Among those who work tirelessly on your behalf are the members of the Arlington ISD School Board, trustees who are here today, Ms. Keisha Mays, Mr. Bowie Hogg, Miss Melody Fowler, Dr. Aaron Reich, Mr. David Wilbanks, and Mr. Justin Chapa. The Arlington Independent School District is fortunate enough to be under the direction of our superintendent, Dr. Marcelo Cavazos. Dr. Cavazos holds both a bachelor's and master's degree from the University of Pan American and a doctorate from the University of Texas at Austin. He was recognized as the 2016 Texas Superintendent of the Year. Dr. Cavazos shares a fervent passion for service, leadership, and creating opportunities for the students and faculty of AISD. Please assist me in welcoming our superintendent, Dr. Cavazos, to the stage.
Well, good morning. I hope you're having a good morning because you look absolutely great today. Excited to be here. I've spoken at many graduation ceremonies during my 8 years as Arlington ISD superintendent. And I'm genuinely proud of every single student who has walked the stage over those years. But I'm going to tell you today, students, that no other class has experienced a senior year quite like yours, quite like the class of 2021. Let's review a brief list of some of the things you endured. You had virtual learning, you had hybrid learning, and you had in-person learning all at the same school year. Your friendships and activities were made more difficult because of masks and social distancing, but you stayed connected. You're an expert on all things Zoom. Your vocabulary expanded with a few new words: synchronous, asynchronous, and everybody's favorite or least favorite, quarantine. And if COVID wasn't enough, you also made it through a massive winter storm that caused major damage across the community and impacted your learning yet again. I want to say to you and to all your loved ones here today, and all those watching online, that we know how hard this past year has been. We know that following protocols and quarantining was challenging. And we also know that because you were willing to sacrifice, you kept COVID from spreading throughout our community. We're not a district without loss from COVID-19. 4 staff members died who had many years in the district, and many loved ones and friends continue to grieve them today. As we remember them, we thank you, every student, every parent, every staff member who sacrificed so that the number of people who died on our watch wasn't higher. Even though the waters of our senior year have been choppy, I've seen you navigate these choppy waters with hope as your anchor. Hard work, optimism, passion, and endurance. Your hard work to stay connected to learning was evident. Despite your various learning models, you embraced each one. While not traditional, you still find ways to participate with each other. Again, remaining optimistic during COVID-19 has not been easy, but you made it look easy. You found creative ways to connect with your teachers and your friends, and you still kept focused on your future. We celebrate your optimism because we know that your future is very bright. Your passion didn't wane because of COVID-19, and your passion to learn or to teach others through your unique understanding of social justice and racial justice. You helped collect food for those who needed food. You marched for important causes during this time. Some of you shared your joy through social media and otherwise. You were a class faced with many challenges, and you answered it with the same passion that you had before COVID. And finally, you've demonstrated endurance. The end of your junior year and your entire senior year you spent in a pandemic. And yet here you are, with your cap and gown, ready to turn your tassel. William Barclay said that endurance is not just the ability to bear a bad thing, but to turn it into glory. And that's what you've done. You've endured a bad thing, and now you can turn it into something great. As a class, you shared an experience together that I believe can make our entire community, state, and nation better. You've shown us that you can overcome an obstacle, whether it's a big one or a small one. We know you'll advocate for racial and social justice because we've seen you do it. You've demonstrated that you can do hard things exceptionally well. You're a special class of students, and I am very proud of you. Your families and all your teachers and staff share that pride today. I encourage you to pay that forward and to stay anchored in hope, hard work, optimism, passion, and endurance. I used to say to Venture over the years that you have overcome barriers, obstacles, things that we will never know, that you know, that have happened in your life. And I used to say that you are prepared for your future because you've overcome those obstacles. Well, throughout this year, you're really prepared because you've overcome all those things and more, and you're here today. And I'm very proud of you. You are an example You may not know it, but you're an example for the adults, and you're an example for our students throughout the district to never give up, to work hard, use the support that you have, and be successful. And for that, I continue to be proud of you, and I'm going to be very proud of you as you engage in your career or your future, your college, wherever the path leads you, because you're a special class of 2021. Congratulations.
All right. It is my distinct honor to stand before you today to celebrate the individual journey of each of our graduates. For us to gather here at this moment requires the work and commitment of many professionals, both behind the scenes and on the front lines. Before I address our students, I would like to recognize a few of those professionals who make this celebration possible. Our campus team would like to thank again our superintendent, Dr. Cavazos, our chief academic officer, Dr. Wirtz, Dr. Michael Hill, and our AISD school board for their belief and support of an alternative style of learning that we have been doing at Venture for 33 plus years and counting. Also, I'd like to thank Dr. Jarko, Dr. Horton, and Luis Valdeспino for all of their support throughout the year that led us to this time of celebration. Lastly, I would like to thank the bedrock of our success at Venture High School, the award-winning model campus from Raise Your Hand, Texas, Miss Jackie Parsons, our assistant principal, Miss Kilgore, our counselor, and our social work department, Mr. and Miss Grossman and Miss Kunkel, coupled with 34 of the most nurturing and supportive staff in all of the secondary AISD campuses, as well as our office staff that's helped. Thank you all. You are seeing the fruits of your labor here before you. We are appreciative of our volunteers and our community partners that have supported us through such an odd 15 months. Lastly, parents, guardians, and extended families of those with us today in person and streaming live, thank you for entrusting your young adults to us during such a pivotal time in their lives. You have heard the saying, it takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to support a young adult to success. Thank you all. Graduates, this is a remarkable day to say the least. Venture has been around for 33 years, doing things just a little bit different. With nearly 5,551 graduates over the years, many people ask me, what is a Venture student? I wish I could take a picture of this today, which I probably could, one more selfie. This is a Venture student, you. There's not a one size fits all. See, Venture isn't what most people perceive it to be. Venture is everything to every student, as it should be. Today marks the day of our first graduation ceremony to celebrate in this grand fashion. While we've been doing this 33 years, this is our first one. How fitting that we are the first graduation for the 2021 graduates of AISD. I do not want to minimize the prior years because a celebration is a celebration, whether it's a clap out, a pat on the back, bubbles blown in the hallway as we've done before, or even a graduation in our cafeteria on Fridays, any given Friday. It is still a celebration, and today we celebrate. Venture started with 6 graduates in its first graduating class in 1988 and has never looked back. We have always looked to the future. We looked at you for the you that you could be and ran with it. So today, yes, it is a big day. While many say this is the Stadium of America's team, I would say you are Venture's graduates, and we're proud of you. I would ask you, do you remember that day that you came to Venture? You sat down in our library, not fully knowing what you were getting yourself into. It was kind of awkward, kind of unsure. But wait, back up just a little bit, because prior to that, you had to take a leap of faith. You had to decide that you needed something a little bit different. You filled out the application requesting an opportunity to come to Venture. I must say we have had about 500 plus students on the waiting list. Nonetheless, you took a chance and we chose you. One thing that is for sure is that change is inevitable. Good change or bad change, but it will occur. That step of faith you took that day was good change. You might not have felt it then, but it was. Do you remember when I asked you how many of you loved going to school? Almost no one raised their hand. While I may not ask you if you loved school in recent days, I would ask you how many of you loved Venture. And I believe most of you would probably raise your hand. Most of you will say that Venture was a changing point in your life. Some of you would say Venture saved your life, or even that Venture was an opportunity that was positive for you, even as one parent did earlier today for me, and we appreciate that. But your journey is not over yet, see? Your story is just beginning. I ask you, what is next? I would venture to say that challenges are coming your way. I would say that determination will be needed. I would say that good old hard work will have to take place. We tend to forget the hard work that we put into it this year. Many of you earned large amounts of credits that you could have never imagined prior to coming to Venture. This year alone, even a year of COVID, we had 2,100 credits earned with 134 graduates and counting. Our graduates span from a 2017 cohort to 9 early graduates of cohort 2022, and everyone mixed in between. See, Venture is a melting pot for every student. Don't forget that. While it is a challenging year, we had success. You are the visual representation of our success. Venture is a mixed bag, and that is who we are. All are accepted and all are helped, no matter their situation. Nobody is turned away when help is needed. My hope is that you take all of these things that you have learned about life and do something with them. Use your problem-solving skills, mediation skills, your conflict resolution, and your communication skills. Accept all people, no matter the situation they were in, without judgment. Just help them. I told you in orientation that the world is here to help you. You just have to want and accept the help. Yes, the world will judge you, so prove them wrong. Make a difference. With that, now, will the graduates please stand? President Mays, Dr. Cavazos, and members of the school board, I proudly present to you these students who have successfully completed the academic and attendance requirements for graduation as prescribed by the Texas Education Agency and the Arlington Independent School District. Congratulations to you, graduates of Venture High School 2021. At this time, will the first graduates please present themselves to receive their diplomas? I would like to remind the families and friends of the graduates that we are here to honor each student's achievement. Out of respect for this special and solemn ceremony, keeping with the dignity of this honor and tradition, we request that you demonstrate your appreciation for each graduate with appropriate applause. At this time, graduates, you've already been seated. We will now present the diplomas.
Mary Jane Aleman. Ejasia Allen. Lance Armstrong. Dax Ashlock. Abraham Baez Alvarado. Ciro Basu. Charletta Blackwell. Christopher Crum. Jasmine Cook. Mina Coleman. Hannah Clausen. Damian Cabrera. John Casey. Cavante Butler. Nick Bueno. Sanaya Brown. Courtney Couples. Tassandra Davis. Judy Delgado. Lyric Dennis. Heather Douthit. Tran Duong. Maidi Marisol Espinosa Fuentes. Paul Estes. Avery Faulkner. Abram Fields. Ruben Flores. Ashley Fuentes. Angelique Gomez. Brianna Garcia. Cesar Garcia. Ana Maria Garcia Moreno. Melanie Gauss. Javier Gil. Collins Gasimba. Daisy Gomez. Emiliana Gonzalez Ibarra. Trinity Lunae Green. Samuel Jurgis. Landon Hunter. Ashton Hudson. Celestial Jackson. Alondra Jimenez. Alexis Jones. Tiriana King. Caleb Law. Sean Layton. Naidelin Lopez Puente. Sarah Lopez. Oralia Martinez. Nayeli Mata. Andre Matthews. Ana Mendez. Jadarius Milbrooks. Michelle Morris. Isaac Moya. Naila Mohammed. Michelle Malone. Amani Naji. Natalie Nohinick. Cesar Ochoa. Edwin Ochoa. Lisbeth Ortiz. Dante Owens. Jacqueline Panane. Annie Parker. George Purchase. Michelle Perdeda. Jaden Perez. Laura Michaela Plumley. Christina Porter. Calbriana Powell. Tommy Ramirez. Samuel Reyes Jr. Michelle Rios. Kanijah Robinson. Alexis Rodriguez. Angel Rodriguez. Leslie Rodriguez. Thais Rodriguez. Jacob Rogers. Moises Rojo. Gabriela Sanchez. Natalie Segoviano. Kai Skidmore. Gabrielle Smith. Jacob Smith. Abel Solis. Jakaila Searles. Jennifer Trang. Naomi Trevino. Sergio Vargas. Omar Vital. Alexis Williams. Brooklyn Williams. Gwendolyn Wright. George Mungia. Shaylin Boyce. Cassidy Hill.
I was told not to go off script, so I won't. But I will tell you, every one of you have a story. You all have a story, so I challenge you to use that as you go to your future. For the last time, Venture High School graduates, please stand. You can now move your tassel from right to left. Friends and family, thank you for your attendance today. Thank you for entrusting your students with us. If you would, please meet your graduate outside of Gate K immediately following the ceremony. Students, we're going to go out to Gate K. If you would meet us out there, we'll do a hat toss out there. Please not in here. With that, thank you.